Sequence of the elements, otherwise known as the cycle of production. And we will go over and over these ideas, so if these are new to you, there will be plenty of time to pick them up. And I'm going to read these, and we'll do it quite slowly, because this is a way of getting a feel for what the elements are. In a sense, the elements are like they have a sort of a nature, a character, a feeling to them. And once you have that, you can sort of play with them. You don't have to look and say, oh yes, the attributes of earth are. You kind of know it. So, everyone got it? Shania, you with us? Or you,
oh, sorry.
You said? Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Earth is solid. In its yin form, it is fertile, the source of life. Yang earth is remote and massive. Accordingly, earth represents loyalty, as well as stubbornness, birth, the mother, the youngest son, and bulk. Earth produces metal, just as the earth produces ore. Earth drains fire, just as ash is its residue. Another way to say this is that earth is produced by fire. And if you look at your little picture, you'll see that the circle of arrows shows earth producing fire in the productive sequence. Okay? Earth destroys water by polluting it. And the destructive sequence is shown as arrows. Productive sequence as a circle. Earth is destroyed by nourishing wood. Yeah, so if we think about this in nature, earth produces metal. You know, we can draw metal from the earth. Earth drains fire, as fire turns out earth. Earth destroys water by polluting it, and it goes into it. It is no longer water. At some point it becomes wet earth as opposed to thick water. Earth is destroyed by nourishing wood. It gives to wood. Wood demands from it. Wood is given birth, allowed to flourish by earth, and the earth gives up. I mean, that's like a giving birth. So elementally there isn't quite what it is. In terms of the elemental relationship, it isn't quite what it is. Metal can be either solid or fluid. It is most easily fashioned when liquid. Yang metal can be a dangerous weapon, and jewellery in its yin form is glamorous. Metal can be sharp or dull and take any shape, but once fashioned, metal is not usually easy to change. Accordingly, metal represents rules and competition. The father, the youngest daughter, beauty and authority. So listen very closely. Metal represents rules and competition, the father, beauty and authority. There is built into that, 1,000 stories. 10,000 metaphors. Metal represents rules and competition, beauty and authority, the father and the youngest daughter, all at once. You can look within and go, yeah, I know that's true. Metal produces water just as metal is fashioned when molten. So it's like water. Metal drains earth just as it is drawn from the ground. Another way to say this is that metal is produced by earth. Metal destroys wood by cutting it, also fashions it by cutting it. Metal is destroyed by giving fire purpose. These are carefully chosen words. As earth nourishes wood to its own detriment, so bless you, metal gives fire purpose to its own detriment. And the purpose of fire is, in this case, to turn metal into something useful, to make it molten and then to let it cool and harden up into something deliberate, something intended. Water is fluid and without shape, so water is the shape of whatever it's in, isn't it? It is as flexible as anything can be, but it cannot be compressed. So it's flexible but can't be compressed. Isn't that interesting? It's It will take any shape, but you can't squash it. You can't make it smaller. And it's, each of these things have these unique qualities that make them usable in some situations and useless in others. In its yin form, it is easily dried up. In its yang form, inexhaustible. Unless it is interfered with, all water on the planet is connected with all water and shares a single level. There is no water that is not in contact with the other water insofar as it can be. There's only one lake in the world, isn't there, that's out of touch with all the other water. The one in is it in Bolivia? No, it's not. Somewhere in South America. There's a lake that's miles above sea level, isn't there? I think it's the only one. There are probably alpine lakes that break those rules, but their connection with other water is probably more subtle. Lake Titicaca, is that right? Accordingly, water represents communication and adaptability, danger, traps, pitfalls, and the second sun. The second sun, looks like that. The pitfall. That's calm, pitfall, the second sun, the water trap. It's danger. And the idea here is, just as the youngest daughter is the glamorous one, the one who has time to do her makeup before she goes out because she hasn't got lots of chores to do, perhaps. Similarly, the second son he's not the pioneer that the first one is, and he's not the spoilt one the third one is. He's the one who has to be something different. He has to be different from the elder brother, and he's not going to get the special support of the younger brother. The second son tends to be the one that makes the pratfalls, is the idea. Often true. Anyone have experience of that being true? The second son, the hazardous one, the brave one, but the one who makes a fool of himself. No, no one find that true.
No, I don't know.
Speaking as a second son.
I can see.
Yeah.
Prince Harry.
But a second, if there
Prince
is a third
Harry.
or a second in general.
Say again?
You're talking about second son, if there is a third or a second in general?
Second in general. Second anyway. It doesn't have to be a third for it to be true. Water produces wood just as a tree requires water. So, solution to too much water is wood. If you have, for instance, if there's a whole garden that's too wet, you want perhaps some willow trees. Water drains metal just as melting leads to setting. Another way to say this is that water is produced by metal. Water destroys fire by quenching it. It gives it everything it's looking for. It gives it too much oxygen, doesn't it? Or oxygen along with other stuff. Water is destroyed when earth limits it. So earth puts a barrier around water, making it a specific shape. Wood is expansive and flexible, but not infinitely so. It grows upwards and outwards. In its yang form, wood can be an obstruction. In its yin form, it goes wherever there is water or yin earth. Accordingly, wood represents growth, the will, and healing, ambition, aspiration of both the eldest daughter and the eldest son. So, wood is by extension about aspiration, for instance. The eldest daughter and the eldest son is the ones who are something is expected of them. Wood produces fire just as striking a match does. Wood drains water just as a watering can is emptied. Another way to say this is that wood is produced by water. Wood destroys earth by exploiting it. You can see it goes, seed goes in and expands and uses up the goodness that's in the earth. Water is destroyed when earth limits it.
That should be
Water
one.
is destroyed. Yes. How long has that typo been there? What does it want to say?
Wood is destroyed by metal.
Wood is destroyed when metal fashions it. I think we probably say. Bear with that. I should have this somewhere. Well, I'm actually going to do something with it.
Oh, that's the trouble.
Huh?
If you haven't got it there, if we had your laptop here, do it straight away.
Do you want to
Yeah, give it to
keep
me.
it somewhere? We'll do it on Monday.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Fire destroys, consumes, and warms. Its action is earthly, but its power is from heaven. Its direction is upwards. Yin fire illuminates before it heats, while the reverse is true of yang fire. Accordingly, fire represents curiosity and fame, publicity, social climbing, and the second daughter. Fire produces earth just as conflagration leaves ash. Fire drains wood just as a fire exhausts fuel. Another way to say this is that fire is produced by wood. Fire destroys metal by making use of it. Fire is destroyed when water defines it. See, fire destroys metal by making use of it. Just picking up on these things and looking at that on another level. Metal is authority. Metal is rules. So metal is destroyed by fire when the rules are focused, when the rules are invoked. These ideas work on lots and lots of profound levels. So now what I would like everybody to do, if you don't mind, is put these pieces of paper the other way up so you can't see them. Get a blank piece of paper. Who's got some blank paper to write on? You got some? Do you need some paper? Do you want, if I want you to write on something, you got?
We got pads.
Yeah, you get pads. Of course you have. Okay. I want everybody. Let's take 5 minutes. This is wood.
Yes, can you stand to the right? You're right.
This is wood. Don't need to know these characters if you don't want to. This is fire. This is earth. This is metal. This is water. Now I'd like you to write this at the top of one page. Everyone do that? Is that okay? What, Paul? Yeah, write wood at the top of one page. Okay. Next page, write fire. Next page, write earth. Top of the next page, earth. Top of the next page, metal. Top of the next page, water. Okay, now go back to the first page, it says wood at the top. Right, put the pad in front of you with wood showing and leave it for a second. Put everything down for a second, sit back. Close your eyes. 3 deep breaths. Okay, think of wood, think of a tree, think of grass, think of the early morning, think of a tiger, think of a rabbit, think of movement and light. And when I say go, open your eyes, go back to the page and write down everything that appears to be wood. And I'll tell you when to do it in a second. But just do it. Don't worry too much about questioning yourself or whether it's right or wrong. Just write down everything you can think of that has that quality of wood about it. Whether it's a sort of tree trunky, phallic yang wood, or it's a more diffuse, spread out, expansive yin wood of grass and wind. So when you're ready, everything you know about wood, ready, get set, go.